Though classical works of music history have not yet entered the territory of music coverage on this channel, I'm more than eager to bring it on. I think there's a place for it, especially when the attribution of focus here with Beethoven's Fifth is, I would imagine, a faithfully adapted, I was going to say reimagined, but I hesitate to use that word, so I'll stick with faithful adaptation by Apocalyptica. Longtime favorite of mine, as I've cited on many opportunities, and it's been a pleasure to cover the music thus far. I've had the long-standing ambition to. In fact, I picked up about 5 of their pieces in advance. This is the third one of a lineup that I'm consulting thus far publicly. But the first 2 were great. I'll get through it. Bolero, especially. I mean, that was really the first instrumental I think I've covered on this channel, and it's just exquisite. Good reminder, too. Even though, again, like I said, they're a longtime favorite, I'm still working my way through some of their older pieces, but, you know, it's been a bit. I consult a pretty wide scope of artists on this channel that I have a lot of names I return to, you know, often. And Apocalyptica, their music was a bit of a refresher for me in terms of the enjoyment. And again, I've loved them, and no shade or disintended in any way. When I say that, I just have a wide body of work that maxes out my phone space. It seems with time, it's getting even closer to being at 0 gigabytes free. But I'm very happy to engage with their works, especially to hear, like I said, a new take on Ludwig van Beethoven's classical work, and his scores are very familiarized to me from my piano days years back. Though Symphony Number 9 is my favorite. This particular piece I think is exquisite, especially on the original score, but I'm really curious to hear Apocalyptica's reflection on it. Especially since, you know, I'm a big metalhead, and I've been for many years. European metal has definitely developed a special place in my heart over the last couple of years. Really the last year, but I've engaged in it at such a great depth, even though I've known Apocalyptica's name for quite a while. And symphonic metal has definitely been my favorite genre within the metal scene. There's plenty of groups to regard, you know, in talent focus, and I've done that on this channel routinely. But Apocalyptica, like I said, I think was I think they were the foundation. They were what really brought me in. So I'm happy to cover them again. And hopefully, for those of you who are long-standing Apocalyptica fans, I'm sure you would agree with me. Those of you who may be longer in your tenure of favorability than I am. I came to them in, I think, 2020 or around then. Maybe 2020. Maybe for some of you, though, you haven't heard maybe you've heard the name Apocalyptica, but you've never really engaged with their music yet. This will be, I'm sure, a very familiar piece. I think most of us know Beethoven's scores, even if maybe we don't remember the exact number or the idea of it. I think you'll know this one when you recognize it, and I'm sure it'll be a fun opportunity again for you to hear a new focus on it with Apocalyptica's beautiful talents. I mean, I can't speak of them highly enough on that merit alone. Let's engage with Beethoven's Fifth, or Beethoven Fifth, as I think the track is named, oddly. Let me see, because maybe my files list it differently. No, it's either Beethoven Fifth or... Yeah, I think it's officially Beethoven Fifth. I was going to say it's Beethoven's Fifth, but okay. They termed it differently. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the song, and we can engage with it for ourselves, for the first time anyway. Here we go. I believe it's a cut section of the song, too. It's only... because I think the song, from what I remember, is substantially longer. This is only around 5 minutes. That's just beautiful. It's so light. Mount up. Oh, it's great. Oh my gosh! I'm in heaven with music like this. I love symphonic experiences. Anything on the orchestral side is just literal music to my ears. The pacing on this is exquisite. I love the freedom and the creativity with the adaptation here. Again, metal I think is a nice liberty, but it's a good meshing to this piece. I think it's a great score to choose. Okay, returning to that original measure. That menace is so much stronger here. I love it. Really emboldens the emotions. This is going to be a killer to watch live. I hope I get the opportunity one day. They upload channel footage on their, or concert footage on their channel quite routinely. Maybe they perform this one, I just haven't come across it yet, but this would be exquisite to watch. Any of the pieces really are. It's beautiful. I know they're operating by the score. I'm like, I kind of wish they had sat in that one section a little longer. I just want to soak it in. That swinging with the cellos is just amazing. The varied tones here are just... It's an experience to take in. Especially on the finishing of the section. This is great. It's a fitting conclusion. It feels like we're summing up. This is a return to that original tune, or tone. Little over 30 seconds left. I'm enjoying every moment. That's an experience. As I said with the previous track, Bolero, that was speaking in context to classical works as well, it's very similar. I did not cover instrumentals before. Usually most of the music I address on this channel publicly has some lyrical involvement to different extents, of course, but these are very different to handle, especially on the format that I've used in the past, because they're not driven by necessarily message or narrative, it's just score. It's all just music, strictly. For the most part, unless, again, there's some lyrical integration. That's been the case with Apocalyptica and many tunes in the past, and one I featured, again, the earliest of the group with I'll Get Through It. I like this experience. You just sit back and you listen. And it really feels like I've said, I listen to symphonic music, like I would love to have the sensation of being in a live performance. Not performing myself, but just being in that environment, that scene. I listen to music like this and it just throttles me in. Like I'm sort of in this other world. And, man, I love it. I love Beethoven's Fifth, at least their version of it. I mean, the first classic Origin, right? We give that plenty of high regard, but metal gives us a very nice flair, and I think if there is a track to adapt serviceably, this one qualifies exquisitely. Just listening to Apocalyptica's translation is amazing to me. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. The tone to this piece, the meshing, the enhanced percussion, the cello volume, and the variance and the swaying, really, from the swings of the different measures. It's so perfect. Everything here, I know it's a small section of a score, but it just works seamlessly. It's a truly organic translation. I love hearing it. Again, I've been a fan of Apocalyptica for quite a long time. And I'd imagine if anybody's listening that maybe you haven't come across them before, you probably are eager to check out some more of their works. Again, this is sort of a cover of, I guess it does qualify. We've come across the territory of covers in the past on this channel, and many have been great. All, varied and specified to their own translation formats. But, this is... this is something else. I love Apocalyptica's take. I'm sure that, we'll get a fourth opportunity coming up in another video, the next one, in fact, with Flight of the Bumblebee. I can't wait to hear that. It's more of a modern piece, but at least in history is concerned, comparing it to Beethoven's Fifth, that translation is just exquisite for me. I loved witnessing this piece, especially with you. Just the feeling of sinking into the song at every measure, every beat, every strumming. It's so intentional, but it's perfect. Wonderful experience to take in. I really enjoyed that one. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below if you wish to disclose your perspective, whether you're a long-time Apocalyptica fan, and maybe you've heard this piece before, or maybe you're somebody coming to them with fresh ears. Maybe you're very well, knowledgeable on Beethoven's original score. So this was, I'm sure, this was a fresh opportunity for you. It was as interesting for you as it was for me. Let me know down below. I'm excited to cover more, as always. Apocalyptica, they've been on my mind to cover for some time and recognize on this channel. I love bringing on familiarized names that are routine listens for me, and Apocalyptica absolutely is. But Beethoven's Fifth, first engagement with it, and I loved their take. I think it's fabulous. It really is. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.